Today I'll be showing you how to easily make a no-knead focaccia bread. This is a very delicious bread that's soft and chewy on the inside with a crispy golden brown crust on the outside. You won't believe how amazing it is. All you really need are some pantry staples, olive oil, yeast, herbs and spices of choice, and whatever toppings you want to make this.
Welcome back. My name is Daniel, here to show you simplified recipes that are easy to follow using common ingredients. If you're new to this channel, remember to hit subscribe and that notification bell for more delicious recipes that your friends and family will love. Now let's get started on this super easy no-knead focaccia.
Start by measuring out 4/5 of a cup of lukewarm water and dissolving 1 tablespoon of white sugar in it. Then dissolve 1 teaspoon of instant or active dry yeast and let it sit for at least 5 minutes to proof. In a large bowl, measure out 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of table salt, and whatever dried herbs and spices you wish. I'm using between half and a full teaspoon each of rosemary, garlic powder, dehydrated onion, basil, oregano, and thyme. Stir everything together until well combined. You should see bubbles and or foam on top of the yeast mixture by now. Pour it into the flour and add 2 tablespoons of olive oil as well. Stir everything together with a spoon until all the flour is absorbed into the liquid and a sticky dough forms. Add some olive oil to a separate plate. And using a metal spoon, scrape the sticky dough onto it. Then, oil the bowl very well and transfer the dough back into the bowl. Add more oil to coat the dough and fold it in on itself a few times with a spoon into a round shape. Cover the dough and let it rise until it's doubled in size in a warm area for 6 to 8 hours or in the fridge overnight like I am doing. When the dough has risen, drizzle some olive oil onto a baking sheet and coat the bottom and sides well. You'll notice that the dough has expanded a lot by now. Invert it onto the baking dish and flip it over so both sides are very well coated in the olive oil. Spread the dough out as much as you can to fill the dish and loosely cover it with cling wrap. Place it in a warm area, allowing it to rise a second time for another hour. I like using a warm oven that's been turned off. In the meantime, prepare whatever toppings you want to put on your focaccia. I'm using some minced garlic, sliced tomatoes, and sliced onions today. Make sure they are thin or bite-sized so they'll be fully cooked in the oven. If you use meat, make sure they are cooked. You should also toss any vegetable toppings in some olive oil and season with additional herbs or spices you desire. Preheat the oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit or higher for a darker crust. When the hour is up, your dough should have expanded a lot again. Remove the cling wrap and using your fingers, gently press some dimples into the dough all over. Make sure to coat your fingers in some oil if you find it sticking like I did. Pour another tablespoon or two of olive oil to coat the dough before topping it. I used the garlic and oil mixture I made earlier for this. This is also a good time to season any toppings you're using with salt and pepper if you haven't already, and add any fresh herbs if you want. Be careful not to deflate the dough while you are adding the toppings. We don't want all that air that was developed during the rise to escape. I added some additional rosemary and a sprinkle of Parmesan cheese on top, as well as another good drizzle of olive oil. Now it's ready to bake. Bake the focaccia on the lower rack in a 400 to 450 degree Fahrenheit oven for between 25 to 30 minutes, or until the bottom and sides are golden brown and the toppings are cooked through. Let it sit for several minutes to cool slightly and run a knife around the edges to loosen. Slice into wedges or squares and serve warm. And there you have it, my simple and easy no-knead focaccia bread recipe that everyone will fall in love with. There is very little on-hand work involved and is a great introduction to bread making for those who are newer to baking. Focaccia can be topped like a pizza, eaten as an appetizer, served as a dinner roll, or used as bread in a sandwich. Hope you enjoy!
All right, everyone, it is time for the taste test. I can't even tell you how unbelievably good it smelled as this focaccia was baking. Just smelling the herbs and the tomato and onions already smells so good. So good. Oh my god. All those flavors just work so well together. It's soft and it's fluffy. It's nice and crispy on the edges and on the bottom, which is what you want, that nice golden brown crust. And let's see if you can actually hear this. But listen to this. Hear that, right? It's so good. It's so good. The best thing about focaccia is you can add whatever you want. You can use whatever toppings, you can put some meat on here, some other veggies, even other herbs and spices. Cheese would be absolutely fantastic if you got some provolone or mozzarella. And the other great thing about this recipe is that it's a no-knead type of focaccia. It's so easy to make. Just kind of stir everything together and just leave it in the fridge overnight or on your counter for several hours, and it's gonna be amazing. Your friends and family are going to love this focaccia. And as always, if you like this recipe, give me a big thumbs up. Let me know in the comments below what you like to put on your focaccia. And remember to hit subscribe and that notification bell for more delicious recipes. I will see everyone soon. Till next time, bye everyone.